Well,
Yeah,
that's
it's not
kind of
very
what I'm
nutritious.
doing.
Right.
I see what I'm doing as half of what I do is aggregate the news that I think people would find, number one, important, and number two, interesting, and I scrunch it down so that they can get it, they can swallow a bite of it, and then if they want more, they can click and get more. And so that's how we started. The whole first year, that's all we did was aggregate, and then we began to report on where the holes were, the things that weren't being reported that needed to be. And so both functions are important. But I take what you're saying, and I feel like I'm saving people a lot of time. They don't have to go searching for all that stuff. It's all in one place.
And it's very heavy. You know, I used to read the New York Times and take a nap or just read. Now you read it and you want Paxil or Prozac. I mean, but I think there's something there. I don't know exactly what it is, but I do know, you know, I used to think USA Today was just, you know, a little time. I used to think that, like, okay, most people, you know, that aren't so smart, you know, maybe they just want to read a few paragraphs and look at pictures. But now I'm beginning to think that it just might be the society and the culture that we live in, you know. Even
Well, their circulation's going down too.
What?
Their circulation's down
Well,
too.
I mean, that's, you know,
I mean,
Everybody.
it seems to me that it depends on what you write. If you write about interesting topics, I mean, this first thing that I had on Broward Bulldog today, it's 1,800 words. I mean, there's no way that would fly in the Herald. However, they can run the whole thing online if they're inclined, and so can the Sun Sentinel, or they can edit it down. The point is, I have the freedom now.
What's your subject?
What's my subject?
1,800 words.
An injustice to somebody who was, you know, framed in a murder, and how the cops lied and perjured themselves, committed crimes to do it.
People will read books.
Yeah, I mean, if you write about interesting things and you try and tell them straightforward, and, you know, I mean, I'm not Shakespeare, but, if you tell it in a coherent way, I think people will read it, whether it's, 5 inches or 50 inches.
I think that's part of the strategy, if I may, of why public radio listenership has gone up. Because we provide kind of a bite-sized product that you can hear in the background. It's 3 minutes long. You get all the depth you need, and you can.
But
that's part
why is USA Today's circulation going down?
I can answer that, actually.
Dan, what's your content goal?
What was that?
What's your content goal?
My content goal, well, first of all, every day is looking like a reach right now. But, I mean, I would like to, I want to cover news, but I want to cover, hard news in the community, the stuff that people need to know. What's going on at the county, what's going on at the courthouse, not the murder of the day. The newspapers do those things fine. So I want to cover the stuff that's not being covered. The intrigue among judges, there's a lot of it in Broward. The deals, some of the deals that, are the kinds that are leading to indictments now. There's lots of stuff going on here, and it's not being covered. Because, I was originally hired by the Miami Herald as an investigative reporter in 2005. I did that for a couple of years, and then I was made, I covered the county. And then when I was let go, basically the two papers got together and decided we're going to have one person cover it for both, and they picked the other guy to do it. So we now have one person covering the county for the most part. So there's a lot of stuff. There was a lot of stuff when there was two.
Last question.
Well, Gary was going to say something.
Gary wanted to say something first?
No, I was just going to answer why the USA Today circulation's gone down. Mainly it's because the papers that go to the hotels, those are actually a cost. They're a discounted subscription. It's a 25% subscription, and the paper has decided that that's too much of a liability, and so there are now far fewer papers going to the hotels.
Right, okay.
Hi. Just a pitch, not a question. My name is Gina Edwards. We're a for-profit company called Watchdog City. This is my partner, Kathy Zolo. And we are looking for partners for our platform. We don't want to give away too much because we don't want to spread all over Romanesco right away. We've been in development for about a year, and we're getting close to launch. But we very much believe in maintaining the Chinese wall, and we're trying to find journalistic partners who want to join with us so that we can maintain that. Because from my perspective, even though it's a brave new world, if you don't have your credibility, what are you peddling? You're just a blogger in a dress. I mean, put it that way. So anyway, if you would like to come talk to us, we're very much interested. Even if you have a nonprofit organization, our platform works. It's also multimedia. So we're looking for people who
Are you local?
We are national, actually, with a local focus. You can tell by our name, Watchdog City. So we are multi-geographic, and we're looking for partners all over.
Are you looking for aggressive reporting?
We are. That's
Okay.
why we're calling Watchdog City. And
That's what we want to do.
I guess you're talking to the right people then,
Right.
you know.
Yes,
talk when
and,
we're done.
You know, Dan, great story. I've been a fan of yours for a long time, and you know, we started it. You know, we're of the laid off crowd, and we see so many holes in coverage. And you know, I think you're not going to expose corruption on the county commission in 10 paragraphs. You know, it's just not going to do it. But when you seek truth in the public good, when you're reporting things that matter to your community, you're going to build a following. So that's where we're.
What community do you focus on any specific community?
We do not. We have multiple communities.
Well, I want to thank the panel. You guys were great. Thank you so much.